Hi everyone, Emily here. I am making today some little face washcloths, and this is how big they are. They're not real big. They're perfect for washing your face. They are doubled, so I made two, put the wrong sides together and crocheted around the outside, and I think it's adorable, and it's for for you to wash your face. I mean, I make them a little bit bigger to do my dishes. You could do that too, but they're wonderful. And I am using, I love this yarn cotton. You do want to use 100% cotton. This will be getting wet. And here you can see that it calls for a 5.5 millimeter hook. Put my glasses on here so I can see. I am, however, going to use a 3.5 because I want my stitches to be really nice and tight. I don't want there to be a big gap in between them. These are two different colors. I haven't used this one yet. I've been using this for all the ones I'm making right now. But I'm going to keep on going and make as many as I can out of these two skeins. I have written down the pattern so that you can write it down yourself. You can see it's only 5 rows. This is just to make the circle, and then I put them together, back sides together, and then I sew them together. So we're going to do that today together. But here is the pattern. So you can see how nice and round it is. Now I'm going to show you why I'm making these. My friend Jessica bought these little glass jars from Hobby Lobby. They were $3.99, and what she's going to do is she bought the yarn, she purchased the yarn also, and after I get done making them, I'm going to stick them in here. I'm going to put 5 in here, put the lid on, give them to her. She's going to put ribbon and a card and make it all pretty for Christmas, and we're going to sell these at our craft sale. The price, what she's going to sell them for, I have no idea. She's very kind and generous. She's my friend. So I am just going to make these. She bought the jars. She bought the yarn. I'm just going to make them, give them to her. She can do whatever she wants with them. She can give them for Christmas presents to her family. She can use them on her own face. But she really liked these glass containers because they would look so cute in your bathroom. And then that way you can keep them all nice and organized. So let's go ahead and get started. These are the ones that I've already made. So I'll just put them together like that. So crochet around the outside, single crochets. This is all single crochets. And they'll be done. And I want a total of 5 for that glass jar. This is the last one I made. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, you can, if you do not know how to do a magic ring, MR is magic ring. I do 8 single crochets in the magic ring. You could always chain 3, and then go into the first stitch and do 8 single crochets in that first stitch. The second row, we're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch around. The third one, we're going to do 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, we're going to do an increase. Increase means 2 single crochets in the same stitch. This is in parentheses so that you know this is consecutive and that you're going to do it all the way around the row. So all the way around the row, you're going to do 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, you're going to do an increase, which is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Row 4, we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. So we're going to do 2 single crochets. The next one's going to be an increase. And then that stitch, which will be the third stitch down, you'll do 2 single crochets in that stitch, which is an increase. Then the 5th row, we're just going to single crochet all the way around. Remember that you can make this your own, depending on how tight or loose you crochet. You might want to, throw in 2 in one stitch so that it doesn't start curling up on you. And then you're going to end it off, and that's when you'll end up with this. And then you can use it like this. You don't have to. I made these for my granddaughter for Christmas last year. She loved them. But today we're going to sew ours together. So that is what we're going to do. So if you don't want to watch the whole video, you got the whole gist of it and the pattern right here. But let's go ahead and do it. You're going to see I'm not going to stop the camera. You're going to see how long it's going to take me to do it in real time. So my single crochet, my magic circle, I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around this finger and just kind of cross it over. I'm going to take my little crochet hook, go underneath this first one, grab my yarn from the back, pull it up. So now I just hold it with my fingers here, take my finger out, and I'm going to right away do a single crochet, chain one. Now I can start my pattern, and I'm going to do 8 single crochets in this opening. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to pull this string right here, and I'm going to pull it tight. Nice and tight. So now, instead of using a stitch marker, I'm just going to grab me a piece of yarn. If I can find one here. I find that if I use a piece of yarn, it works better for me. Something a different color, because it's a lot thinner than a stitch mark, and this is a very small project that you're working on. So I'm just going to stick it under there. I know I got a long piece, like I really think I need all that. I am going to put it right there, and I'm going to count my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is my 8th one right here. I'm going to go ahead and go in there, because on my pattern it says 2 single crochets in each stitch. So I'm going to do 1 single crochet and 2 in that same stitch. There we go. Now we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and we're going to do that all the way around. So since we had 8 single crochets, we're doing 2 in each stitch all the way around. We will have a total of 16 stitches. That's just simple math. Whoops, I just keep wanting to go off the side, don't I? So we're just going to continue. I apologize for anything you hear in the background. I live with my daughter and her 5 children. And I'll tell you what, they are rambunctious and loud 24/7. I have 5 cats, so cat hair is free here. I try to keep my crocheting away from them. Got to put everything in buckets to keep it away from them. Okay. So if you crochet faster than me, this is not going to take you as long. Alrighty, so that is our second row. Alrighty, so here on our pattern, row 3 is, so you can see here that we finished round 2, and now round 3 is 1 single crochet and then an increase. So now we're going to take our stitch marker out, move it up, and our directions say 1 single crochet and then an increase, which is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So now we have 3. We're going to do this pattern all the way around. 1, 2 in the next stitch, 1 single crochet, 2 in the next, 1 single crochet, 2 in the next, 1 single crochet, 2 in the next, oops, sorry, I hit the camera. I really don't plan on making anybody dizzy. I'm dizzy enough for everybody. There we go. 2. We're going to do 1. And then 2. You can see how fast this is working up. 2 in the last stitch. Now I'm going to take my stitch marker, I'm going to put it up here. The 4th row, which is the last row we're going to do our increases, it says 2 single crochets and then an increase. So you can see we're really just making it 2 in the same one. We're making it lay flat by doing this, which is exactly what we want. So I did not do what I said to do. 2, there's 1 in the first one, put 1 in the second, which is my 2 single crochets, and then an increase, which is 2 crochets, stitches in the same stitch. So we're going to do that all the way around. 1, 2, and then I'm going to do 2 in the next one. One in the next one, and then 2 in the next stitch. So when you see parentheses on a pattern, that is your repeat. I have been crocheting for a very long time, but I'm always learning something new when it comes to these patterns. Two in the next. One, 2, and then 2 in the next. One, 2, and 2 in the next. One, 2, and then 2 in the last stitch. Now to end this off, I'm going to take out my yarn, my stitch marker. I'm going to go into the next stitch, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch and chain 1, and I'm going to cut it off. There we go. Now I'm going to grab one of these. Oh, you know what? Let's look at the pattern, Emily. Row 5 is a single crochet all the way around. So if you're crocheting with me and you tied off, you know what? We're going to have to add our single crochet row around to make it the same size as all the others. You see what happens. I was paying attention too. So if you're going to add another row, we're just going to start anywhere. Okay? I'm just going to start anywhere. And you know what's funny is I did this to the last one. We're going to do a single crochet all the way around. I did this to the last one I crocheted before I decided I'll just make a video. And I find that quite funny that I did it twice in a row. But you know what? Sometimes things happen. And I go into this stitch here. And that was going into this stitch, so we go to the next one. Did you learn something new there? Because that could have been a good learning lesson. Besides, before you end it off, look at your pattern. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm going to do my single crochet all the way around. This color is beautiful. So before I end this off, I think I'm just going to leave my yarn attached and go ahead and just attach the other little patty, the pad, onto this one. So I'm not even going to end it. I'm just going to keep going. Alrighty. So I'm just going to slip stitch into that first stitch. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and chain one, and I'm going to grab another little pad the same size. There we go. I'm going to put them together. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crochet them together. So I'm going to go under, there's 2 strands, go under your little bead there. And let's see, I'm going to see, because you can see how you have a flat side, flat, flat. So I'm going to try to get these 2 flat sides to be next to each other. And I'm just going to go through under both those little V strands right across to the other one and go under both those strands. And I'm just going to grab my yarn and pull it through and finish it off. And there, it's a single crochet. You're just going to go into each, go underneath a stitch from the front and the back and pull it through. Now, as I was saying, you can make this your own. You could put a different border on it. You can make a fancy border. You can put 2 stitches in each one, like every third one or something, if it starts to curl up. Now, if it starts to curl up, that's when I don't even count. I'll just add 2 stitches into one, and that seems to keep it from curling up too bad. You can see it's pretty easy when you have them next to each other, and I will just bury any loose ends that I have. See how simple that is? And these are super cute. So when I gave them to my granddaughter for Christmas last year, I bought like a little makeup bin from the Five Below store. And I just put like some lip glosses. I put some of these, a face wash, just some little things that I know that, a little teenage girl would like to use. So I'm going to put 2 in this one. And it was a really nice gift. So you could do that for Christmas. And I know it's the end of August, but Christmas is coming up really quick. So I am thinking about things I can make and do for Christmas to give and to put in the craft sale. This is my friend Jessica's idea. I'm just helping her with making the little scrubbies. But I will be buying some of this yarn myself to make some for my grandkids for Christmas. Almost there. Almost done. I want to thank everybody for watching. And I usually leave in if I make a mistake or do a boo-boo. I usually like to leave it in because you know what? Things happen. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Please don't forget to subscribe. And I'll be back soon. I want to throw that in there while I'm finishing this up. I'm going to slip stitch here. And the last stitch, chain 1, I'm going to pull it. So now I'm going to leave me a nice tail. What I do, I always do this with all my projects. I tie a knot right above, because in my philosophy, if there's a knot there, it can't just pull itself through there and get loose. And I'm going to go up in the middle, go up anywhere, and I'm going to grab that and I'm going to put it right in the middle and hide it. Oops, I didn't do a very good job of hiding that, did I? Okay, I'm going to pull it all the way through. And I'm going to pull it. I'm going to pull it nice and tight. And then I'll just bury it in here. Now, if you rather, you can also take a needle and whip it in between some places, but I think that's fine for me. So, my little scrubby is done. Pretty happy with it. And it is just the right size of what Jessica wanted. Now, let me get my jar out here. And I'm going to stick it in here with the one that's already in there. So now I have 2 in the jar. And I'm hoping that when I get my 5 in there, that they'll sit in there really nice and cozy. Isn't it cute? So this is my tutorial on making those little scrubbies and trying to give you a few ideas of what you can do with them to give them as gifts. Well, you guys have a great day. Stay safe, and I'll be back soon. Bye.